YouTube. My name is Phlanka, and I've just found a new way to texture your DayZ models, which I think you lot are going to love, because I love it. So I think you guys are going to love this method. So this method, in short, it allows you to texture in Photoshop from your 3D model, right? Or not just Photoshop, in GIMP, Critter, any software where you can edit images. You can edit it externally with as much detail and as much layers as you want to, and apply it in your Blender for baking, which is so much better than just using the brush and the decal painter brush. Brush and decal painter, yeah. This could be the new way to decal paint, that's what I'm saying. So in Blender, you want to set your external editing software. So go to Edit, Preferences, File Paths, Applications at the very bottom here, hiding, you got to extend it. And set your image editing software. Mine's Photoshop. You can change this to the EXE for your GIMP, to your Microsoft Paint, to Critter, or any other software like that. So let's try and do Critter actually. I've got Critter on here. I have it somewhere. So critter.exe. I'll change it to Critter. And I'm going to save preferences. So now your external editor is saved, set in stone, should I say. I'm going to import a gun. So import, no, not. I have it in my collections catalog. I'm not going to import it at all. So go to my collections catalog. I've got Snafu guns. Where the hell did this go? Oh, down here at the bottom. Import. I saved this with a weird ass plane there, so I'm just going to delete the vertices on that a minute. I don't need that one. So here's our Glock. I'm going to go to Texture Paint tab. I'm going to do this in Texture Paint tab this time. So I don't see my model, so I'm going to press Z, and while I'm holding Z, I'll drag down to Material Preview. And there you go, you can see the model again. And on this left side, I'm going to change this icon up here. I'm going to change it to a shader editor. So now I have my shaders on this side, and there's no shaders on this model at the moment. So let's apply a DayZ texture. I'm going to go into edit object mode again, sorry. Make sure I've got the gun selected. Click on this little arrow, DayZ textures, and apply texture. Now I'll go back to texture paint mode again. And I can minimize that one across. On this left side, I'm going to press the home key so I can see everything centered up there. Let me create a material texture for this. My apologies, I'm a bit slow on this. I've literally just figured this out today, so I'm trying to my best to make it a tutorial for you guys. So I'm gonna, with the model selected and all this, I'll go to the material tab down here. And for the color, I'm just gonna copy this code because I'm gonna make a new image of this color, just for the base texture. So I'm gonna click on this yellow dot and click on image texture, and then click new. And set this to ×4 because we're going to work on 4K for this one. And the color, I want to set it to this. Okay, new image. There you go. So that's the base texture. Now, if I go to the tools tab up here, I'm going to create this, minimize this stuff. We should be in texture paint mode for this. So go to texture paint, sorry. Texture paint, and then go to the tools. So let's try and explain how this texture paint bit's going to work. I'm going to turn this to white just so you can see. So if we go to our fall off, for example, with normal fall off turned on, let's have a paint around the edge there. You can see it skips a little bit. It stops in the middle there. That's a bad example. Actually, let me go back to the side view. Let's start with the occlude and backface culling. So with these two turned on, I can paint there and it won't go through to the other side. But if I undo and turn these back off, if I paint there, it goes through. So you can see. And then if it goes directly to the side view, and I paint around there, you think, oh, that's wrapped all the way around perfectly. But it hasn't, because anything on the, like directly parallel to the camera, like it won't paint onto it. As you can see, it's painted. It's just left them bits blank. So press Ctrl Z again, go back to that view. Now, if I go back to the fall off under here, fall off, turn normal fall off off. Now, when I paint on the edge like this, it'll go all the way through and all the way over without leaving any gaps. So this is important for when you want to paint everything like mirrored perfectly on the gun. So like say from this angle, you want to paint and it'll perfectly mirror onto the other side, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to do that for the base background texture. yeah, for the base background texture of the gun. So we've already got the it's called untitled. I should have named it, but it's the texture selected. The view of the gun, I want it from this angle, or I could flip it again and do it from this angle, which it doesn't really matter to me because I'm going to do like a gradient kind of texture. So all that's selected. I'm going to minimize the fall off again. Under options, you now have this external option. I'm going to extend this and set, this will be the image size that you're editing. So I'm going to edit in 2K. So times 4, that makes it a 2K image. And then if I click quick edit, this should in theory now just open up my Photoshop, which it doesn't, as I'm not Critter because I set Critter in the preferences earlier. I remember if I didn't forget. But now as you can see, whatever I had in Blender is now exactly what I see on here. So I'll get my airbrush out. Let's make this like a reddish color. Like you can go like really dark if you want to on them bits. Try to find a good color. Yeah, so that's going to be the base color of the gun. There's a lot of darker bits in there, but I think that's going to be okay for this application. So I'm going to go to File and Save now. Leave all these settings the same. I'll Alt tab back into Blender. It's not applied it. So you click this Apply button, and then whatever edits you just changed to that image will be applied to your model in just a second. If you give it a chance to load. I'm very impatient, so this to me, it's like a lifetime waiting for this to apply. I was trying to think if I've done everything right. I think I have. Did I save it properly in here? File save. Close it. This should have already applied by now. I think I might have broken something. Yeah. Huh. Blender doesn't seem to be using that much memory though. There we go, applied it. There we go. So there's that base texture applied now. Let's see. Applied it pretty evenly, pretty well. Even the inside the trigger well and stuff like that looks good. So now that's set, I want to, for the sake of it, just right glock on the side of the gun here. But I don't want it to go through to the other side. Like I said, if you paint here and it goes through, we don't want that. So I want to go to the snap onto the side view again and turn off these two. So they occlude and backface culling. But now I want to set a new base texture for the decal, because it's going to be a decal that we're applying it to now. So I'm going to click on material, scroll down until I get one of these decals and extend it, and click on the plus. Oh, click on the plus and go to image texture. Click new. I'll leave it at 4K. I'll set the value to 0 and the alpha to 0, just everything to 0, because it's going to be a transparent one anyway. I'm going to call this one decal. Decal. Yeah. I'm just going to link the alpha up as well, just so it's made sure it's done selected. There's that done. So we've got the image selected. We've got it set as a decal. I'm going to go to zoom in a little bit more so I can see whereabouts I want it. So I want it about there on the side of the gun. Have a look at the gun actually. I need to make sure I don't go too far. So it doesn't have to be at a perfect angle. I could do it at an angle where I can tell roughly where the line is. Yeah, there you go. So I'll do it at this angle. I can see kind of where the edge line is that I don't want to overdo it on. So now I'll go to quick edit. Let Critter load back up. Like so, and that's the exact angle we've done it from. So now because we're applying this onto the model itself, onto the model as a decal, sorry, if I click save on this now, it's gonna save this actual image right now as we see it as a sticker. So that section of the gun will become a sticker. So like, I'll show you now. Look, I'll just click save. And I go back to Blender. If I zoom out a minute just so you can see roughly what's going on. As soon as I click apply, you'll see that section of the gun has been applied as a full sticker. So I want to undo that. This image is still blank. Yeah, the image is still blank. So I'm still in quick edit. I can go back here, and if I just did that for now. Oh no, not that, sorry. I need to click a new layer. And then I add a dot. I could turn this off, and I click save. Okay. And then I click apply. Oh shit. It's because I moved the camera angle. I shouldn't have moved the camera angle. So let me go back to about there and click quick edit again. It should force me into a new one here. Yeah, so if I click new, let's just do like a black blotch there. A little bit of orange in the middle of it. If I turn that off and then go to save. Save. Okay. And go back to Blender. Apply. Wait. The fuck? What happened? I don't know what just happened there. That should be applying to that decal. Oh my god, that's what happened. There, so yeah, as you can see, that's how it's done that. So I'm going to just reset this image real quick. So I'm going to press N and discard them changes so I can go back into here and carry on editing what I was editing before. So I'm going to delete that layer if I know how to delete. Remove layer. So I'm going to click a new layer. I'm going to zoom in. I can try and write Glock on the side of here. My perfect handwriting. Yeah. So you might know how to fucking write better than me because I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing. Change the size, give it a bit of a glow around the edges of it. But just like you can get into really fine detail if you take your time with it. I'm just trying to get this out in a little video for you guys. So please don't judge my terrible drawing. Oh Jesus. I'm starting to judge my own terrible drawing. But you're not allowed to. Please be nice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm done saying. There you go. So there's our Glock on the side of the gun. But I turn this back texture off. I click File, Save. Okay. Go back to Blender. And apply. There we go. You have your fancy texture applied to the side of it. Obviously, you can go as crazy as you want with this. That should, though, open up a lot of creativity for you artists out there. So, like, if someone comes in and says, I want the Mona Lisa painted on the side of a t-shirt, you can do it now. You can actually paint it yourself. I don't think anyone's going to ask for that, and if they do, tell them fuck off. I'm not painting the Mona Lisa. I can't paint the Mona Lisa. I can transfer it. I can copy it over. Which reminds me, you can do this in Photoshop as well with layers. So you can use like the blending styles to like make 3D text and whatever the hell you want. So whichever angle you do it at, let's just say I want to write something on the side of this trigger and I couldn't be asked to get right in there. I could do this. I'm going to do it on the same edit thing there. So from this angle, click edit. Go back in here. As you can see, so I could write my name on this bit now. And then click turn. Oh no, I can't write on that bit. Undo. See, this is where I messed up. So I need to click new layer every time. So new layer, make it yellow. Fuck it. So there's I can even do like a weird little thing on the trigger here. And yeah, you get the gist of it. Do like a something like that. So you wouldn't think that would look good, but you can get into every angle basically. So close that and click save. Okay, go back to Blender and then click apply. There you go. So I can get like really creative with the angles of the painting and stuff like that. Obviously, take your time with it. You can come up with something fucking creative and crazy. This is just me being still slow. 17 minutes, 34 seconds. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've learned something today.